Welcome to this session. I'm Barry Burd. I'm going to tell you about some very strange keyboards. And the first thing I want to do, is zoom myself in a little bit. Right? There we go. Now I'm zoomed in. Okay. And so I guess I get to look here. What can you see up there?
Your face.
Yeah. And which view of my face can you see? Can you see me?
You're fine. Yeah. There's two cameras that I can see. One has all of you, one has just your face.
If you can see both of them, that's good. Two disclaimers about this session. One of them is it's about unusual ways of entering data into a computer. So the keyboards that we're referring to are keyboards used to enter alphanumeric characters into a computer, although I will be showing you a way of using a piano keyboard to enter data into a computer. But mainly we're talking about unusual ways of entering information. And when I say unusual, there are lots of unusual ways that are good for accessibility. None of the ways that I'm showing you are some of them may be useful for accessibility purposes, but that's not what this talk is about. This talk is just about strange things you can do to enter characters into a computer. The other disclaimer that I want to make is that I want to change the name of the talk. So I billed it as Krazy Keyboards, crazy spelled with a K. But last night I thought of a much better name. What I want to call it is Quirky Keyboards. Get it? Quirky? QWERTY? Okay. Anyway, that's it.
Nerd.
Yeah, nerd. And here to assist me is Marlo Delphin Gonzalez.
Hi.
Who will give you an amazing demonstration.
There I am.
Yeah, an amazing demonstration at the end of this talk, and truly amazing, right? Come on in. If there's room for you, if you like. This is okay. All right. What do I want to start with? I'm going to start with you know what I'm going to do? Like that. Yeah, this is throwing me off the track because I've got two cameras going and I want to face you and the world at large and so on and so forth. I'm going to start with something pretty mundane. It's actually not too crazy. I don't even remember when I purchased this thing. It's called a Favi, F-A-V-I, and it's an RF keyboard with a full keypad and a trackpad. And you open it up, if I can. All right, I'm not going to bother opening up. What comes out is a little USB connector. It's an RF connector. And you can type on this thing here, type on the keys, right? And then use it as a mouse. It's a pretty standard way of entering data, but it's a nice, handy little device, right? That one can use when one wants to have everything in your hand at once and you want to present. I believe that this thing also has a laser pointer, but I haven't been able to get it to work, so I suspect that I need to go and look for the manual for this pointer. So this is Exhibit A, number 1. It's not crazy, but it's kind of interesting. I'm going to march on to Exhibit B. Exhibit B is the Coolertron. Now this thing, yeah, we don't have enough light to be able to
I
see.
have a flashlight.
We're gonna do a flashlight, yeah, okay.
Predecessor Stream Deck?
What?
Is that a similar to our predecessor, say, the Stream Deck?
It's not a Stream Deck in that it's made for gaming. It's made mainly for gaming. The interesting thing about this, when Marlo comes with his light,
How's
yes,
that?
can you see it? When I first saw this, I said to myself, oh my gosh, this is half a keyboard. How am I going to program it to do the rest? This is fully programmable, by the way. It's made by Coolertron. There are dozens of different models. But the interesting thing about this is that it's got almost all the keys on it. It's missing only 3 keys, I, O, and P. And what I did was, it's easy to reprogram any of the keys. There's actually a really nice app to do that they supply with it. What I did was I reprogrammed 3 of the keys that I thought I would never use, these 3, as I, O, and P. I didn't have time to practice typing that way, but I'll tell you one thing. When you have a keyboard that's mostly standard like this one is, and you try to type on it, your muscle memory fails you. Am I right?
Takes me a little while to relearn.
It takes you a little while to relearn. So while this thing, handy as it is, and as full a keyboard as it almost is, um, looks good, it would take some training for me to learn how to use it, and I haven't done that training yet. So, okay, all right, we'll put this aside for another day, and I'm determined enough to try messing with it. Okay. Next.
Oh, that thing.
You've seen this, eh?
Laser, yes.
I saw this as a giveaway at a conference a few years ago. Brookstone made it. It cost $75. I'm sure that it's not manufactured any longer, but there are others like it. It's a laser keyboard, and that I definitely want to demonstrate. So what I'm going to do is share my screen. And did she allow screen share? I hope so. Host disabled participant screen share. Okay, what we're going to do is come over here and maybe participant. Oops. Participants. And it doesn't give me the opportunity. Okay. Security. Allow all participants to share screen. Well, what a mess that screen is. Okay, let's see what we got. We're going to move this over the way. Come on. Oops. Move that out of the way. Move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. And come up with okay. And let's get this place here. So let's try this. Let's give this a whirl. Here's my device. I'm going to turn it on. Press the button. And now, with any luck, it's going to make contact with my laptop.
Hold the camera like up and down.
Yeah, I'm going to hold it down.
And I can like. Same thing we did earlier, just hold it up here if you want.
Well, let's see. The problem is, and what are we going to do? The problem is that it's very hard to see. Can you see the laser?
Oh, it's on?
It's on, but it's very weak.
Wow.
That's the problem.
I'm wondering, okay, so I'm gonna back up here. And I'm gonna go here. Back this off a little bit. Well, my hands are over the laser buttons, but I can see them, but you probably can't.
Correct.
I invite you, if you are in the room, to see the laser display, to come up and see the laser display. It is
I've seen these.
it is monstrously. Do we have a white piece of paper? How about the back of that? That'll work. Much better. Well, a little better.
Yeah, I'm familiar with these devices. It was in a movie, actually.
Yeah, actually, oh,
There are probably several movies.
you know what it's doing?
It's it thinks you were pressing a button over and over again. Noise.
Yeah. Let's do this. Here's what I'm going to do. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to press buttons. And now you can see. So I'm going to press the G over and over again.
I'm guessing that's what.
This kind of looks like a failed technology.
Yeah.
Good theory.
I'm pressing the G over and over again, and it's actually working. I'm going to press the J over and over, and it's working. The 9, there we go. It's
Okay.
working.
Now try and type quick print a Fox. And let's see what your error rate.
But it's so cool.
It is
Cool,
a very
non-functional.
It's a cool form factor. But yeah, it's
Well, here's the deal. I am sure that there were better ones. This is old, and it was early technology. I'm sure that they've got better ones. I found when this thing,
I still have the old one, still works, but I wanted to check that to see this, have a, something else. This-
okay, let me just, all right, we're having a little chat here in the, yeah, you just can't see the laser. No way to see it. Okay. My impression of this technology when it was newer and it was working better was that even though it was much more accurate in and of itself, it was really hard to learn to type on a keyboard that was so completely unresponsive. With my hands in this position, in the regular typing position, if there was nothing to go down, it just threw me way off the track. And so I gave this up almost immediately after I got it from Brookstone.
That's all right.
But it's so cool. I didn't return it. It's
It
just,
looks very cool. It will play a fantastic part in some movie somewhere where someone else is actually typing on the keyboard.
it's all, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
That's what's fun.
All right, let's move on to something else exciting. And now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna,
Yeah, I think I can go over the Twiddler because I can go on this in some detail.
what?
The Twiddler, I can discuss that in some detail.
I will have you do it, but first, we're not, the Twiddler's gonna be, I think, the, yeah. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna erase all this garbage. But now, we're gonna go on. One of the important,
I can hold the camera up so we can get the whole thing in shape.
yeah, why don't we do that? I can unzoom the camera, but
But I can also do that.
is that good?
Yeah. You can all
Okay.
see that, right?
Yes.
Let me plug this thing in.
I am holding it, so it is going to be a little bit unsteady, but I think you'll at least get a good view.
That'll be just have to get cords for it. Wait, the cords are in here.
Have a USB to meet it after?
I did.
Okay. You think those are this?
Now, here, take a look at this. Right? This is the foot pedal for this,
Oh.
because the foot pedal is the space.
Ah, okay.
So I'm gonna plug in the USB interface, connect it to the computer. Plug in the foot pedal. Right there, see it, you got it. Turn the device on, and now I have to get running a piece of software called Piano Text. And, let me find that. It's going to be this here. Text.
Is that the jar file?
Yeah, it's right there. Get that going. So this is going to be CD. Okay. Okay. Okay, now, since you can see my screen, if I come up here, I'm going to choose MIDI. Okay.
Can you put the camera like back on screen? That's what I'm basically using the viewfinder for this thing. Whenever you're yeah.
All right, so what we've got is keyboard here and running there. So let's spell my name here. Nothing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Space. B. Where'd they put the U? There it is. U. R. D. I got it. I spelled my name. All right. Anything else you'd like to see typed? Normal. Oh, I know. This thing is muted. I'm going to do the following. I'm going to temporarily mute the Zoom call. All right, I'm just going to try this real quick. I hope it doesn't cause too much. Yeah, well, that wasn't a good idea. But now, anyway, you get the picture is that while I'm typing, you can also hear the notes that are being played. What I want to do is come and show you a video of a demonstration of somebody who knows how to play this thing. And so I'm going to go over to my browser, open it up. Come on, browser. And piano text. And let's go. But now you're not going to be able to hear this. How do we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't. But I'm my.
You want a hacky way of doing it? Play it on your phone.
Why don't I do it?
Like, yeah.
All right. I guess it's cool if you can hear her playing also.
She does seem to be typing at a reasonable clip-ish. Slow, but
Slow.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Right. And if you visit this site is Annafeit, ANNAFEIT.de/piano text. Then you can actually hear her play. And I've listened to it. I don't want to turn it on now because it would be terrible, terrible feedback given the fact that we're Zooming and I'm using my own machine. But it's kind of interesting, the music that she makes. It's not too much different from contemporary music that modern 20th century music. Atonal, but still interesting musically. Okay, so that's the keyboard thing. Now, I just want to say that one of the things that I've done is I've gotten a piece of software so that instead of my plugging it into the USB port and sending the notes to the computer that way, what I've done is had it so that it's the microphone in the computer that's listening to notes and responding to them with text. That's harder to do, or at least that's harder for me to do, because it's got to take into account the duration of the note and all kinds of other things. Yeah,
A couple of years ago, someone wants to look it up, this, for the Mysterium convention, someone did a speed run of Myst using a MIDI keyboard, using these sounds.
wow. So I,
Wait, how do you control this with the MIDI?
They translated that to like an actual keyboard. I guess.
It's discussed in the speed run. Look
Okay,
it up on
I'll look it up.
Mysterium's YouTube shows the internet, shows everything. Yeah.
all right. Now we're gonna get into the heavy stuff.
Hold on, plug this for you.
So the device that I'm about to show you. But now we do have to bring this down here. This is the TapXR. And the idea with the tap is there are no keys. You just learn how to type on it by tapping your fingers in various sequences. And I've been practicing this and getting not too bad at it, actually. I haven't reached the level of proficiency that I was hoping for by today, but I'm doing all right. Since this is an odd sort of, oops, let me just adjust everything here. Since this is an odd sort of environment, I'll probably be thrown off and won't be able to do as well as I was doing at home. But I think you'll see that it's actually not too bad. Now, the idea here is that there's a device here. This is going to be Bluetooth connected to my computer as soon as I move this. When I move this, this is going to be Bluetooth connected to my computer. It's going to accept keystrokes from this thing. I have to turn it on, right? And what this sensor will be doing will be seeing which of my fingers I tap on the surface of the table. And depending on what I tap, certain letters will show up in the text field. So let's give this a try. I always start with my name because I'm such a narcissist. So let's do it. B, whoops. Well, I told you. Okay, so B, A, whoops. A, like I said, not used to this environment. Okay, let's go back. A, R, R, back, Y, back, 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 Y. Yeah, man. Y. Here we go. Space, capital, B,
Skills for the piano.
U, U, R. Hey, I'm gonna get it. D, I got it. Yes, 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 yes.
Very. So,
Eight.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
this
doing
is the
this.
Oh, there are all kinds of other setups. There are all kinds of things that you could do.
What is it doing? Like virtual keyboard, you're hitting the virtual.
I'm not seeing any virtual keyboard. I'm just learning the keystrokes.
So is it combinations?
It's combinations. So let me try to do the alphabet thing, okay?
So it's like a stenographer,
I guess.
where it's like four different
Yeah.
combinations.
Okay, let me just try the alphabet.
Okay.
sounds like a combination. Not, finger.
Yeah.
I'm very old.
I've heard that.
No, I never heard that.
What is it that you're talking about?
0 to 9, 10 to 11.
Okay.
Oh, like,
You have to
they do
100
like
on
binary. Okay.
things. Great up.
I have to say, I have to give a shout out to the company. Oops. I had problems with this earlier this week. This device was failing on me. Not to say it's a bad device, it's just that I was having trouble with it. And I contacted the company and they were really responsive. They FedExed this one to me. You know, from a call that I called them on Tuesday. I FedExed this so that I was able to present today. Ooh, it says. Y Z. All right, okay. Right. So we got the whole alphabet there. That's pretty good. What is it? The quick brown fox?
Oh, the brown fox.
Okay.
Or,
What's the other one again?
Sphinx of Black Horse Church My Mouth.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. You will study that.
That's the.
That's a different one, right?
That's for the.
Okay.
Oh. So it seems to be a little bit more responsive than it used to. I think I'm, yeah, X, J, oops, that's an F. J is hard for me. U, M, P, E, D, D, O, oops, too many O's,
Jumps. Yes.
jumps, okay. Let's get it right. O, V, E, R, T, H, E, lazy, L, A, the lousy. That's lousy that I got, right? Oops. All right, anyway, cool. You get the idea there. I like it. I like it.
Basically, it's like the fingers you press down are the ones that judge like which is something.
The ones that I tap. Yeah. All right. Now, if you think that was an impressive demonstration, you gotta see this. Marlon Delphin Gonzalez is gonna come up and show you the Twiddler, and he knows how to use it. He really does. So come on up.
No. You want me to do that?
Yeah.
You want to talk about the other stuff? I'll talk about one of them.
You can, yeah, what,
I'll
wait,
talk
the
about one
frog
first.
pad? The frog pad?
Yes, the front pad.
All right, bring it up and show it.
Okay.
It is in there. No, but it's not in there.
Oh.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'll.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll use that camera. My name is Marlo Delphin Gonzalez.
The camera, I don't think is doing it.
I think it's the one right there.
I know this one, but there's another camera up in the corner. It's right there. Yeah, I'll point
Okay.
right at it.
But I don't, right, that's. Zoom call will. The
I mean,
Zoom call will see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly. And I can talk to you and the
Okay,
camera at the same
alright,
time, and
okay,
I'm facing up. Okay, my name is Marlo Delphin Gonzalez. And basically, Professor Burd,
this is an old friend of mine. How far do we go back?
at least a week.
Yeah,
At least a week. He was trying, while he was doing research for these things, he was trying to get a Twiddler. And as of about 2 weeks ago, and probably for the next couple of weeks, they are actually out of production. Because, well, I'll show you right now, this is a Twiddler 3. And they are switching to the Twiddler 4. That is the Twiddler. Okay. Twiddler 1 is from the mid-90s. I think it's something so old it uses PS2 ports. The Twiddler 2, they did add a mouse, which was, I think was gyro-based and uses USB. This one, it does have a micro USB port in the bottom, and it does also do Bluetooth. And also it does actually have a mouse right there. For the version 4, I believe they actually will be replacing this. This is a joystick. They will be using the same mechanism they use on the BlackBerry, the optical mouse that they use in the last versions of that. So that's what that will be.
Yes, I have one of those.
Exactly.
They're really awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So they wear out.
Until they wear out. Yeah.
Those, they're not the ball version. It's basically
It's an optical.
It's a mouse sensor turned upside down.
Exactly. And so that's what's going to go on top of the version 4 of this. And they'll also update this with Bluetooth. I'm just for USB-C, because who uses micro USB at this point? But yeah, that should be available on the website, Twiddler Tech Gear, in a couple of weeks. But I think what they said is a couple of weeks. But basically, he was trying to get his hands on one, couldn't find one, posted on the message board saying, does anybody in New Jersey have one of these? And I answered the call. And that's basically why I'm here today.
And I want to add that I had tried all kinds of other ways of getting a Twiddler before we ran into each other on the forum.
Yeah.
It was like every couple of weeks I would say, visit the website, visit Craigslist, visit this, visit that, find a guy in a dark alley, all kinds of things until I ran in, and this is like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So I'll get into this in just a moment, but I will show you one of the other devices that I have. Now, one thing is, I mean, we've seen a couple of things that are, nice little toys. The 2 devices I'm about to show you are ones I actually used regularly. So this right here is the Frog Pad. This device is from 2005. You can kind of see here, this is, I believe, a mini USB, which should give an idea of the age. But the idea here is this is a one-handed keyboard. I stopped using it because it is damaged a little bit, like you can see that right there. But the idea is, if you look at this design, you can see there are there's some white labels, some green labels, and some orange labels. And you would hold down, for example, that to get something that is orange functionality, green functionality, and so forth. And by doing so, you can pretty much do nearly any sort of key press with just one hand. And I would use this actually at work. This is the left-handed version. They do make a right-handed version. And you could, take notes. You could do a little bit of exploring using one of these, light note-taking. And I would use the other one for notes, that sort of thing, and just explore through code or do whatever you want to do. I used it regularly, but as you can see, I did damage it a little bit. The way to get one of these things is to basically, you go on eBay, you wait for about 3 months, you set an alert, and you pay about $300 for one of these things because they're not made anymore. That's why I stopped using them. So
that sounds like me trying to get the old G700s. Now, nice.
right. So I stopped using.
But I think you said something here that's useful. You're right-handed,
Yes,
but you learned to use it on your left hand so that your right hand would be free.
exactly. So stop using that one, and that's why I use this one right here. So the idea here is, this is a full keyboard and mouse. This right here is the mouse. It is actually Bluetooth connected to my phone right now. So I don't know how visible that is, but there is a mouse cursor there. This is a standard Android phone. I believe it's a Pixel Fold, which is why it's quite so large. And the idea is you can just use that. These 3 buttons right there are the mouse, right, middle, and left. And these other keys are what you would be using for typing letters. This is configurable. It is, again, down right now because of all of the changes they're doing, but you can basically make this do whatever you want within some limitations, but this can be any layout you'd like. There are a couple of people, again, this is the version 3 of it. People have done the work to try and figure out a relatively ergonomic layout for this sort of thing. So some keys, like your vowels, will take 1 key press. Certain other things that are more less common, such as a Q or a J, will take up to 3. And that way you can do these things, more rapidly. Also, there are some key combinations. You can set them up. I don't really use those myself, but you can use them. I normally place this, if you can look at this, I have a little, this thing, and I basically put it here. So I can basically have it here. This is a very ergonomic place to have it when you are standing up, but also if you're sitting down, you want to move around a little bit. It actually works pretty well. But I've been using these for 8 years. So I despise touchscreen keyboards. Absolutely hate them. I think if you're in this room,
Yeah.
we're all kind of in the same boat, which is really.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I still use it.
Remind me what the.
It's like a sort of a shorthand lip system where every letter
it's
is
the
represented by
complex
a
writing
down.
system. Yes. Oh, right,
single
right,
stroke,
right,
except for X.
Yeah.
Ah,
But it's
right.
it's
a lot quicker and
right.
less ambiguous than trying to use it.
Yes.
Right. Lip system.
My writing has been influenced by that, the way I write P's, R's, A's, etc.
And if you use the compile in the 90s, so,
Yeah.
it's,
Yes.
it's already in there.
Is there a way we can enlarge the font?
I think that is as big as they'll get. I think the best I can do is just
Okay,
kind of
so
like
let me see. Yeah. You know what? Let me come over and do one thing here that might
Mhm.
make it a little bit more visible. Uh,
Okay.
Let me do that.
I am charged for recording. We did a presentation on string defense keyboards and things set up.
Mhm.
He has a lot of respect for users of that device.
Okay.
Because he can't be like, he's been able to get the work despite the fact he's been exactly what I was saying.
Like he can actually like wrap his head around this.
No, he can't use those even though he's actually been on the way of actually getting
Mhm.
proper steno keyboard certified,
Okay.
which is probably, so he's hard to certified.
Really? And he can't use this like this.
He has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You can
Yeah.
see what Paracord 1 looks like. That's a different shot. So let's try some time to do that. Yeah.
There we go. That's
Now, what you can do for the fun of it is, can you hold your Twiddler in front of the camera while you type so you can see?
Okay. If I
can move the camera. Oh, we don't need both.
there we go.
Type something.
Yeah.
Just see this.
Yeah, move the screen away. Yeah, just,
Don't have the screen in front of you.
Okay.
there you go.
There we
And
go.
let's-
So now you can see your hand.
Okay. There we go.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think how to do that speak. So I learned how to type by typing labels for pharmacy. I'm really over
Oh.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
So basically, yeah, I've been using this 8 years for about 8 years now, which is basically how I've gotten that fast at it.
Your fingers must be very tight.
Yes. But
Steve
yeah,
Allen joke. You don't even know who Steve Allen is, right?
Tonight Show.
What?
Tonight Show.
Yeah, you do. This
I am
guy's,
old.
you are older than you look.
Yes.
All right.
Let's see. There are, and actually did actually bring this one's mom.
That's right.
That's feel free to pass that around. Here you go. Absolutely.
I'm planning on getting a Ford.
One of the things I found, get on camera. One of the things that I found is that with a little bit of time, the switches will actually get a little bit worn down. They said that dirt will actually get in. And one of the problems with this device is that it's sealed. I did actually try and take apart one of these things, and it is glued apart seriously. One of the changes they will make with the 4 is that you can actually get into it, so that you can do that kind of cleaning. They're also going to allow, the template for these buttons, you can 3D print these stuff yourselves in whatever color you like. So, I mean, I would, I mean, you saw how good I was with that. This is not a toy. This is part of what I actually use to do computing with.
Well, I have one more thing to show off. It's not a keyboard, but it's kind of fun. And I don't know if you can see it. You see there's a little, looks like there's a little fly on the, yeah, that's a cursor. And it's being controlled by my phone, or by my watch. This is a product called Wow Mouse. And I could get it to run on my computer too, but I guess I have it set up right now for the phone. If I wanted to click, I would tap my thumb and my paw, right? It's, oh, look, now I can probably, yeah, I just typed a letter. Okay. I don't recommend using this, but I'm this kind of a person. So I'm moving over the on-screen cursor. Can you see the cursor on the keyboard?
Android has that built in. It has mouse support built in. Just how this works as well. So any Bluetooth mouse or whatever, you plug it in, you log in.
Can you see that I'm right above the C right now? And if I can, okay, I'm gonna move a little bit here. And if I can snap my fingers together, it'll type another letter there. So
It's just all there.
so that's kind of fun. And that, folks,
Does that use up a whole lot of battery? So I could see myself using that.
I don't know yet. It came out at CES, I think, a month or two ago. And I would say that that's the end of our Krazy Keyboard presentation, but I changed the name to Quirky Keyboard. Thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of TCF.